Greetings, this is Adella coming to you with episode number 3, and the topic is forgiveness. Forgiveness. Now, forgiveness is a conceptual idea, and what I mean by conceptual idea is you cannot touch it, taste it, see it, smell it, anything like that, and it means different things to different people. But I can also tell you that unforgiveness can have or may have physical consequences for the person who refuses to forgive. And so in this episode, we're going to talk about the what, why, and how of forgiveness. Well, actually, we're going to talk about the what and the why, and then we're going to follow up with the how to do in the next episode. So I saw a quote last week, and it said, "Forgiveness doesn't change the past, but it does change the future." And I thought about that quote, and it sounds real good on the surface, but in a way, I disagree with that quote, because if a person is carrying have a situation where they're carrying trauma, drama, pain, painful blockages in their body, then if you can figure out a way to remove the emotional charge from that situation, the trauma, the drama, and the pain that's with you, then that kind of put the past into a different text, and it opens up the door for you to be able to see things from a different light, and in a sense that changes the past. And let me share a quote with you from Wayne Dyer. And he said, "If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change." Now I'm going to repeat that again. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Now, he was not necessarily talking about that from the sense of forgiveness, but it still applies, because like I said, if you remove the emotional charge over how you saw that situation, that where you had the hurt, the drama, the trauma, and all of that, when you can release the emotional charge from that situation, you begin to see things in a different light. You begin to entertain things that you never entertained before in relation to that situation. It may open up some of your blind spots, things that you didn't even want to see because you were in a rage of anger or grief, whatever the emotion that might have been. So when we talk about the what to do, the why to do, and the how to do, the what to do is to forgive. Now, I went and looked up the definition of forgiveness. I Googled forgiveness, and some interesting things came up. And one definition that I liked, that I found, is that to stop feeling anger or resentment towards someone for an offense, flaw, or mistake. And the Greek translation for forgiveness is literally to let go. And you always hear people say, you just need to let that go. Just let it go. But they never really tell you how to let it go. So we're not going to get to the how in this episode, but we will in the next episode, the how in how to forgive, the how to do it. So forgiveness is to stop feeling anger or resentment towards someone or for an offense, flaw, or mistake. And going even deeper, for is in advance. So situated or placed in front. And giveness is the actuality of being given. So forgiveness is to actually be given in advance. So with that said and with that in mind, that means forgiveness does not require any action on the part of the perpetrator of the offense. It really does not. So forgiveness is all based on and lies with the person who was the victim of the offense. So why should we forgive? Why to do it? It's simply to feel better physically, mentally, and or emotionally. So it goes something like this. I'm going to describe this from the best way that I can. So if someone caused you to have trauma, drama, or pain, and since everything in the universe, if you look down on a subatomic and quantum level, there's motion in everything. So everything has energy. And as we have these emotional imbalances from a situation, trauma, drama, or pain, or some concept in our mind even. It doesn't even have to be real, but we can cause ourselves to have trauma, drama, or pain. So as long as we hold these events with us, the emotion of it is stored in our own bodies in the form of emotional or energetic blockages. So here you are, if you've experienced pain from someone, you still have this energetic blockage in your body because you have not forgiven. You have not let it go. It doesn't say ask the other person to let it go. It's up to you to let it go. Now, if you're waiting for a situation where for the person to apologize, come to you and make amends or something like that, you may never heal because, first of all, the person could have died. If you haven't kept in contact with them, they could be no longer on this physical plane. Person may not have the moral compass to view it in the way that they've done something wrong to you. And sometimes people don't even know that they've done things to you, to someone else that causes pain, trauma, or drama. Okay? So if you have the blockage in your body, and this is what happens over time, we store up all these events, then eventually after creating all these blockages in our own bodies, we end up with physical conditions. And the way to heal this, we're going to talk about it in the next segment, the how to, but you have to let it go. And there are many processes out there to help us to learn how to let go of pain, trauma, drama, whatever it is. And when you do if you've ever actually experienced the letting go of an issue, you know how good it makes you feel and how you have more clarity, more joy, and happiness. And the good part about letting things go is that it's your choice and you are in control of your own being. You are responsible, which means you don't have to go to anyone else to get the relief. You can make a decision and work on it and let go in your own time and according to your own free will. And the reason why I say in your own time is because sometimes we have very painful situations and it takes time. to let it go a little at a time and over time. But it's so important that we get about the business of doing the work, take charge of our lives so that we can live happier and healthier. And that's nobody's job but your own job. You didn't cause the pain, drama, or trauma, but you are responsible for your own life. And you say, well, Adella, it's easy for you to say, you just don't know what they did. No, I don't know your particular situation. I only know my own experiences, but I can tell you what I do know from my own experiences is that I am powerful enough to make the choice to start doing the work. And I know that the relief and the joy that comes after releasing trauma, drama, pain, or whatever it is unbelievable and not even comparable to anything that you can decide that you want to hold on to. So let it go. Get started with resetting that button so that you can live a more happy, healthy, and prosperous life. And it starts today, and it starts with you making a decision. That's all it takes. One decision, one little step, one day at a time. So I'm going to close for now. This is Adella, and thank you for listening. And make sure to check out my website, www.youryear2transform.com. All one word, no spaces. Youryear2transform.com. See you next time. Bye.